Hi guys, just back, and we was talking earlier. We've done a lot of analysis on this pound yen. We've had this move down this morning. We was talking about getting a pushback up to this 21 period moving average and this upper price envelope. Now it has just happened, and we've also got an overbought signal, though it was a few bars away, on this 5-minute chart. So I've actually just taken a short, and I need this to sort of start to roll over to guess, well, to get to know exactly where my stop loss can be. But for now, I'm going to put a stop loss in just up here. Now, again, 4-hour pattern is conflicting with the 1-hour pattern and the 30-minute pattern now, so we've just got to be a bit cautious here. But what I do want to do is to look at this to get a run back down. So if we just go to the hourly chart, if we get a move back down, let's look at the 30-minute. It'll be a better guide. Yeah, we'll look at a target of probably down to about here. We may get a bit more than that, but I'm just cautious about this 21 period moving average pushing up here. So I'll just leave it there for now, and then I'll see if this does start to roll over, then I'll trail the stop loss down. Okay, just back. I think it's been, what, 10 minutes since we entered this pound yen short. Ironically, we were long earlier. You may have watched the previous video, you may not have, but we got in long down here somewhere, and ended up getting out around about here because the price action that I needed to see on the 5-minute chart wasn't happening. Then we talked about looking at getting another long position in if we could get this this negative CMO on here, and then we was looking for a run up to the 4-hour price envelope. Now we got the blip onto the price envelope here, and I also then talked about if this did happen, we would then get a short in. So we've got the short, it's now rolled over. So the nice thing is this is going to have a really good nice and tight stop, because I can now bring this stop down to the top of this high over here. So I'm literally going to bring the stop right down here to, I'll just now, hopefully that's now coming to shock, because I might need to adjust it a tiny bit more. Yeah, bring it just down to the high here, and then it's looking, we've got nothing here to break, so we're just looking for a run down here first of all to this lower 15-minute price envelope. If it does get down there and it does it quickly, it will probably then have a bounce. If it does have a bounce and I manage to get out of this this trade in a profit, and it then bounces back up, I suspect it would then roll over again. So I might take another short to try and get 2 shorts out of this sort of move on this 5-minute chart. The task in hand is to be out of this trade by the time the CMO gets down to the -100 level. Okay, I'm just going to move this target price up slightly. We've had the move up of this price envelope here, so I'm just going to move the target price up slightly, because as I said before, if I can get out of this trade and it bounces up again, then I'll take a secondary short. So we're getting close now. But yeah, that's all I want. So if it comes down to this lower price envelope, if I just zoom in on this, then there's the potential for it to then have a little bounce off of that. So, you know, I may as well get out there. If it does bounce, then I'll take a secondary short. If it doesn't, and it just keeps going, then, you know, it is what it is. You win some, you lose some. So we're just looking for a blip down to this target price here. Okay, I'm just going to manually close this one out here. Okay, so that's closed out. That's £42 profit on that one, so it's pulled a bit back for the day. And what I'm just looking for now is if this has bounced back up, because it's almost hit this lower price envelope here. Now it can blip down, hit those and move quite quickly, which is why I decided just to, for the sake of the pip or however much it was, to just take the exit there. If it does have a move back up now on this 1 minute chart, then what I'm going to do is wait for that to get to the overbought, and then I'll put in another short. So this is kind of the price action that I was looking for. You can see here it can happen quickly, and now this can shoot back up. So more of a scalpy type trade there, to be honest. So we'll just see how this now reacts. Okay, so we're having this reaction, like I said, off of this price envelope here. So I am looking for it to push up, get positive histogram and overbought on my CMO. If that happens, I still think there's enough in this to do another short on it, just to come back down, you know, to potentially down to this level. I mean, it's still a strong candle here on the hourly chart, and it's had that pullback, so it could just keep going here, so I need to bear that in mind. But the 30-minute chart is getting to the realms of overbought. We've had a fairly strong negative candle here on the 30-minute, and the same with the 15-minute. So it's just going to be this 1 minute chart that I'm going to use now, to see whether this happens or not. If it doesn't, then I'm just going to leave it. So I'm going to be quite strict with my criteria of what I'm looking for, and stick to that plan. If it doesn't set up how I want it, then I'll just sit out and leave the trade. Okay, so just back and got the second short in. So the first short was closed out. You can see the trade there with the spread and stuff that was closed out up here. I think the actual exit was, you know, around about there, but with a bit of spread on and stuff. So we're now just in a second short. Now this has got the possibility, bearing in mind how strongly this 5 minute close has occurred, this has got the possibility of just pushing straight up. Now if we do get stopped out net across the two trades after taking that part profit, it will still be a profitable trade anyway. I think this is risking now about £30, £32 on the stop on this one. But what I'm targeting now is sort of this 30-minute lower price envelope. So I'm looking for this to come up over the next sort of half an hour, and as this comes up, price to come down and tag that before it maybe continues this move. I don't know. As I say, off the 4 hour chart, it was based on it sort of getting up to that. I don't think it hit the upper price envelope. I think it, just have a look here, it just reacted off the 21 period moving average there. Yeah, looking at that. So yeah, see how this second one goes, and slightly bigger target on this one overall, but we're looking for this to now start moving down. Okay, just back in this pound yen, and I can afford to trail the stop down now to this high. I've held off, I've waited for the 15-minute price envelope to curl around, and I've now got the 5-minute there as well, so I can bring the stop down to these highs here. And we're still playing out for this 30-minute price envelope here. Now the it has, I predicted it fell there. I wasn't far off, it's slightly above that, So I'm just going to move this up slightly, this target price, so it's just above. Sometimes they can just sort of air kiss them as opposed to making a direct touch on them. Okay, just back, and I'm going to get aggressive with the stop on this trade because it's getting towards the end of the day. It came down and then it's pushed back up. The pattern's alright, it's still sort of in keeping. I mean, you know, this has definitely got the potential to carry on pushing higher now. We just need a good close on this 4-hour candle, and then this could all turn back round, and then it could start pushing up and stuff like that. So I'm really just playing out to the short side to this this price envelope here. Now that has moved as the sort of bars have closed in, so I'm going to have to up this target now, which is to a point where, you know, I could have got out earlier on at the similar sort of price. So that's just the nature of the beast, what happens. So, you know, this is where I'm looking to exit now, which is not a lot of profit at all, but what I can do now is, based on this price action now, I can really trail this stop down now to this high here on the 1 minute chart. So we're really getting to the low time frames now, but I can trail it down. I'm happy to get stopped out either way on this one at break even. So I'm just going to trail the stop down to there and see if it can just have this little push down to target now. Okay, just back, and that one got trailing stopped out, so it got stopped out at break even. So I'm not too worried. It was worth a try to see what could have happened, and it didn't come down as I wished. It's not to say it won't, but as I say, based on the trade that was taken, then it didn't work out on that one. So stopped out, break even. I tried to stop down to just above this high. I believe it was this high, and then it's just been stopped out. So break even. So we had the profitable trade on there. So not a disastrous afternoon.